regional integration. If you produce, where will you sell? In the coming days, I'm going to say more about this issue. You will hear more about this issue of the markets. So therefore here, in this Sanja, I ask you to emphasize these 6 points. Peace, number 1. Peace meaning no war. Nobody will bring wars in Uganda. We shall crush him. But also crime. Crime must also be controlled. Because you may not have war, but you have crime. Crime also will disturb people. Secondly, enkulakulana, development, meaning the roads, the electricity, very good. But thirdly, wealth. Every home must have wealth in the home. The wealth is personal and private. So is poverty. The poverty is yours. Don't take a mwavu on the city mwavu. Don't put me in your poverty because I'm not. So that's why we tell all families, all individuals, please. Ati omusoga ya chikobeira. Omusoga yako wanti akange kakera kaife. Mwade mchurideko. Nto omusoga yako ba. Nto akange kakera kaife. Mine is better than ours. So, number 1, peace. Number 2, development. Number 3, wealth. Wealth is not the same as development. Here in Kampala, development is everywhere. Roads, some are downstairs, some are upstairs. But there is poverty in the ghetto, these children of the ghetto. Banabana ba ghetto. Babade mbwavu wade enkulakulana yetolode wonna. So that's why we must stop this diversion when people are just. So number 4, jobs, emirimu gisangibwa. Number 5, obuweereza, services, health, education, spirituality, by pastors. They are providing a service. Those are service providers. Hospitality and so on. Then number 6, obutale, markets. This is what I would like us to emphasize. This understanding helps us to, for instance, understand where the majority of the jobs in a developed country come from. It is from the private sector. Commercial farming, factories, services, such as hotels, transport, etc., and ICT, not from the government. Because if people don't understand where the jobs are, tulekanira bwerere kubanga abantu abasinga bungi balowooza nti emirimu girina okuva mu government. So ng'emirimu gya government tegimala kubanga obwegombolera omu, ow'omuluka omu, diisa omu. So where are the jobs? Nibugenda mu masomero waliwo ekikomo. Omudwaliro waliwo ekikomo kya abakozi ba government. So we must be clear. The NRM must tell every home that please, The majority of the jobs are not from the government. Banyankwere call that okuga, to be diverted. Instead of looking the right way, you are looking the wrong way. If you think the government are from, majority of jobs are from the government, you are diverted. You are not going to get an answer. Failure to understand this by the country and the families leads to futile efforts and wasted time. In the short time of Uganda's recovery, for instance, factories have created 1.2 million jobs compared to only 480,000 jobs of the whole public service. All the jobs of the public service are 480,000. But the factories, these ones which have started coming recently, are already employing 1.2 million. Agriculture, you can see the workers in Mtulagaba because of Makorera. Are the screens everywhere? They are only one side. Oh? You can see now. Abana Bobo now. But I also, those are jobs from the factories. I like the jobs from agriculture. Let's see our young boy Biamkama, the people he's employing. When you get them, put them. The commercial farms, the factories, the service companies, hotels. Let's watch that boy.
Of deep fleet, I don't get all the eggs. I get 302 trays per day minimally. When you look at the figure, in a month, I can get about between 150 and 180 piglets. But those I don't sell, I give to my neighbors prayer. When you look at coffee, we haven't started harvesting, but generally coffee here, if you have harvested well, per acre you get between 12 million, 15 million. But now the banana which is in coffee, we're already eating, and per month I may get like 40 bunches, I get some good. But majorly here, what is giving me money? They are the pineapples, the 4.5 million per harvest, and I harvest twice a year. You will see, even as now, those which I can harvest for my friends' sake. Then the poultry, it gives me 302 trays. That's per day. Then I sell in a month, you can get a net profit of 55 million. Because you get 108 million, but you can't get all that. You have to buy feeds, pay workers, pay electricity. Remain with 55 million net pay. The 1 acre for grass, it is feeding my 6 cows. I'm told by the agriculture people, I even have the balance to add more 2 cows. They tell me 1 acre can feed the 8 cows. Currently, I'm employing 26 people. Previously, I was employing 17, but I added in more things in the farm, and I'm employing 26 people. And so the person who learns this job.
Now you can see where the jobs are coming from. You do commercial farming, you employ people. You can hear Mkama is employing 26 people now. He started just a few years ago. He was elected in Kagadi there. His father was one of our veterans, Karol Kamanyire. He brought the boy to me. He said, my son has been elected. I congratulated him. But I told him, I said, you young boy, if you want to be useful, you go and run the 4 acres model, which I've been telling everybody. So he quickly went, and he had not done anything like that. He went and he visited Kisozi, he visited Kaumu, saw what I was doing there, and went and started doing it. Now you see what he's doing. From eggs alone, he's getting 55 million net per month. That's almost like 700 million shillings net a year. So he's now solving 3 problems. Income for his family, producing a product for the people, eggs, but also creating jobs. So those are jobs that can be created in agriculture. You have seen the ones of manufacturing. Can we see a hotel or these private schools? Private schools also create jobs, or hotels. When you get it, put it. The commercial farms, the factories, the service companies such as hotels, transport companies, private schools, private hospitals, etc., or ICT companies are wealth of private people, but they also create jobs for other Ugandans. This is the linkage I want you to get. The wealth is mine, whether it is a farm, a factory, a hotel, a private school, a transport company, they are mine, my wealth. But in the process, they create jobs for Ugandans. Some of the wealth companies can be government. The government can also have wealth companies, such as National Water, Uganda Railways, Uganda Airlines, National Enterprise Corporation, etc. They will have the same nexus, the linkage between wealth and the jobs, supported by peace and development. So this is the reason I'm really coming forward to say now that we are here, we are now, let's now try to show our people this. And I've already been talking about it, but all of us, we should take it up and make sure that we oxomesa, educate everybody so that we are of one opinion. Because you find we are now divided. Many of the families still think government is the one to provide jobs. So the children qualify, they come to Kampala, waste a lot of time looking for those jobs which are not there. And yet the solution is create jobs, and the potential is there. This is because we are not harmonized, we are not tetukanyiza ku kigambo ekyo. Emirimu gisangibwa wa mu gavumenti oba companies are jange. So this is the first reason. This time, I want us to emphasize, because if we do this, we are going to change in a very short time. Okusikiriza bamusiga nsimbi bamusiga simbi bafuna ebizibu babatawanya bana ba government jangu komawo instead of obutamanya nti ono musajja tumwetaaga nnyo agenda kutuleetera obugagga because he's going to make products here. Let's see those factories bakola kiwano nga bali ababaddewo abengoya ababaddewo, the ones who are there. So you can see Musiga Simba oyo, that investor is solving so many of our problems at a go. First of all, he's making clothes for us here. Instead of okugura engoye jeans, China, azikolera wano. Product. Atukolera product wano. Laba ebijjuddaawo byonna. Secondly, atuleetedde emirimu y'abaana baffe. Thirdly, akozesa amasannyalaze gaffe. Fourthly, agenda kusasula emisolo. Byonna abituleetedde wano. So instead of okumwaniriza abantu baffe bamutawaanya, abamu baagala kubaggyako ebituga. So that's why we should really, nga bwe twakuba omulabe nabana abatalengera tubakubira eddala. The second reason why I am coming forward and I'm pushing NRM is to have leaders and a party that understands and is committed to the need for a qualitative leap from the status of the lower middle income country of $66 billion by the end of June 2026 to a high middle income country of $500 billion in the next few years. Some of our people talk of 2040. That is too far for me. I do not see why we cannot achieve it earlier if we are really aggressive in the pursuit of the objective and eliminate corruption. Why do I say this? It is because much of our $61 billion economy of today is raw materials. Our coffee, as it has coffee, which is called cassé, brings in $2.5 per kg, per kilo. Yet the one who roasts, grinds, and packs the coffee earns from $25 to $40 per kilo. That is how all the coffee-growing countries of the world earn $25 billion out of the total value of $460 billion. And Germany, another coffee-growing country, earns $65 billion from coffee. Since we have a wide spectrum of raw materials of agriculture, raw materials of minerals, freshwater resources, and forest products, we have a huge potential if we add value to all of them, or most of them. By refining tin ore to 99.85%, we earn $33 per kg instead of $13 per kg for the unprocessed tin. Tin, if you process it here, you earn $33 per kilo. If you export it the way it is now, you earn $13 per kilo. When we purify gold to 99.9% purity, instead of the way they have been exporting it now, you process tin to 99.85% purity, instead of the previous 75% purity. Copper to 99.9% purity, instead of the previous 95%. We do not only earn more money from that commodity and create more jobs for our children, we also attract the jewelry makers to come to Uganda and make the jewelry here. The factories that need to use tin will come, and we'll have the factories that need to use pure copper, such as the cables, such as the cables industry, the ones making transformers, and the other electric gadgets that use copper. Now we have got gold refineries in Uganda for the first time. I hear there are like 9 now, they have increased. And I'm beginning to get people who want to make jewelry of gold here, to come here, because they have got pure gold which they can use. In the past, we were exporting semi-processed copper, which could not be used in our cables factories in Rugazi. But now, with the full processing of copper, our factories here of cables, transformers, electrical will now use our copper here. So this blindness of exporting raw materials is a curse for Africa. You remember I brought you somebody to add value to your coffee, an Italian lady called Pinetti. She was being attacked in Parliament. Oh, you Mubi, what? Okay. Now, the coffee prices are beginning to come down, the raw material. What is coming down is not the coffee in the cup, in the supermarket. The price of the coffee in the supermarket will not come down. It will remain high. What is coming down is the price of our raw material. Why? Because our raw material is now plentiful. For some 2-3 years we were lucky. I think we should go to the Amasabo in Ruero and Kuloga, the coffee of Brazil, and Vietnam, because there was a drought in Vietnam, a drought in Brazil. That's why the price of kase went up. Abagezi, abatsinga amagezi, betaga kase wafe, bamukarange, bamujemu kahwa, obunga. Bwetufuna ekyengera wano, bwetufuna Ebola, kulwecheya, awo tuganyirwa. Naye kati enkuba bwetonya Brazil ne Vietnam, emwanyi ziba zekyengera, kati wano ebbeeyi yaffe edda wansi. That's why we are saying that let's not sell unprocessed coffee. Let's sell value-added coffee. Kubanga eyo tegenda kudda wansi. You will never hear that the coffee final product price has gone down. Never. So therefore, this blindness of going to raw materials is madness. In the 1960s, one of the strongest currencies in the world was the Zambian kwacha. Zambian kwacha, for one Rugunda was in Zambia, he knows. Zambian kwacha was $3 to 1 kwacha. Why? Because copper. But the dangers to raw materials are 2. First of all, if there is change of technology, they can abandon your raw material. So in the 60s, the scientists discovered a method of transmit, because the cables were being used in aircrafts. Copper was being used in aircraft cables to control the plane. But along the way, scientists discovered the digital way of controlling. So they needed no longer needed cables of copper. That was the end of the copper boom. That's how actually Zambia started getting into economic problems. If you check the currency of Zambia now, it is not the way it was that time. These tango doys, they know that there was a factory in Tororo, if they are old enough to know. It was called a jute factory. A jute factory. People were making gunny bags from a fiber called jute. And we were growing it in tobacco. Here was the factory here. There was a factory in tobacco in Tororo. When I was fighting there, I used to walk at night and find a lot of these factory workers on bicycles going to work in the jute factory. But when plastics came and people started making the bags of Vuera, that was the end of jute. Completely forgotten. So, you people, don't endanger our people. Raw materials, very dangerous. Because technology can change completely. The bad thing is that most of the old people are dead. I am one of the few surviving. There was a fiber called flax, being grown in Kabari. In the 50s, I used to see them passing at Tuntungamo. Flax. If you want money, you grow flax. Flax completely forgotten. Even cotton had almost disappeared in 1964 there. When these nylons came up, people abandoned cotton. They went to the nylons. The good thing for us, nylon is not good for the skin. So people started getting rashes, and so that's how they came back to cotton. Otherwise, cotton had been abandoned. So, when somebody says raw materials, without final product, is very dangerous for our future. Add to all this, the knowledge economy of automobiles, vaccines, therapeutics, diagnostics, electronics, using our highly educated manpower. You saw them here. I was nominated by an engineer from Matuga. He was one of the nominators here. Those very highly educated manpower, the transformation will be rapid. Therefore, the second reason for the NRM putting forward my name is to cause the qualitative leap of Uganda into a high upper middle income country in the next few years, preferably far ahead of 2040, which is 15 years from now. This is the second reason. To qualitative leap, there is quantitative. A baby, when a baby is born, things in life must undergo qualitative jump. Pregnancy. Like one of the people who nominated me, one of the young people, she's carrying something there. I would have to give her a reward for that in advance. So that person inside our daughter there is now growing quantitatively. Quantitative. But at some stage, the pregnancy must become something else. Must jump and become a baby. Otherwise, it will die. This is the problem of Africa. You can't be raw material. You can't survive. That's not how nature is. Then a baby is born, the baby grows quantitatively, grows. At some stage, the baby must jump and become something else. Banyankole call it okshogoya, puberty. Stop being a child, become now. So that's what we are telling you Africans. You cannot continue being a society of peasants. Peasant produces another peasant. You must jump and become a modern society. Other countries in Asia with less natural resources did it. We can do it. We have already achieved the lower middle income status by just this middle income status we have achieved. We have just done a few things. Economic recovery, diversification of the economy, and quantitative expansion with limited value addition. With the maximum value addition to all the commercially viable raw materials and the knowledge economy, we shall achieve the qualitative leap to high middle income status and eventually a first world status. God has enabled me to lead the NRM for the last 60 years through the phases I have outlined above. Among the people who nominated me, there was the Brigadier Omule. Come here and they see you. He's somebody from the museum. This one is from the museum proper. Go there where they can see you. They are there, down there. Go, they see you. This man, we recruited him 1976. And he came through the network which was being run by Amama Mbabazi. Is there. And then Secho, and Otafire. They came and inconvenienced Mama Janet in Arusha, in Moshi. They were staying, we had a two-bedroom house. As teachers, I was teaching at Moshi. So these guerrillas would come and just mess up our place. When they were going to Mozambique. So we took this one to Mozambique, together with the others, together with Saleh. Saleh, the others are dead. Saleh and Ivan, I think they're the only ones remaining. So we have been in all this struggle all this time. Okay, Beping. God has enabled me to lead the NRM for the last 60 years through the phases I have outlined above. I believe God will see us through the qualitative leap. I'm ready to make my contribution in the next 5 years phase, both as president and as chairman of the NRM. As we celebrate the victories of the NRM in the last 60 years, we should not forget to acknowledge the earlier struggles of the Batakabu of the 1920s, of Ike Musazi and his colleagues between the 1930s and 1950s, under the Farmers' Movement and the Uganda National Congress. Their efforts pushed Uganda towards independence. It was a pity that later sectarian politics undermined their efforts. I cannot end this short address without congratulating the millions of the newly elected NRM structures leaders from the villages upwards. It is so pleasing to see so many young people coming up as a new crop of the NRM leaders. Stand up and they see you people. Thank you so much. Sit down. I have been going through the districts and I see these young new chairpersons. Let's see the one of Mukono, the one I found in Mukono. Come here and they see you properly, or put him on. You can see how young they are. Even the other one is young, although big stomach, but this is the one I saw in Mukono. Then there was the one of Mpigi. Where's the one of Mpigi? Mpigi Arua. You can see that one there. These are the ones I have visited so far. They are all young people. Thank you so much. Go and see it. I cannot end this short address without congratulating the millions of the newly elected NRM structures leaders from the villages upwards. It is so pleasing to see so many mainly young people coming up at the new crop of the NRM leaders. It is now your chance to show that you can lead well. In order to manage politics successfully, as we, your predecessors, managed you to do, you need to know that productive politics is about ideology, which means philosophy, ideology, and strategy, and not just about biology. Because some people think that politics is about biology, age, gender, etc., and jobology. I'm introducing a new word, biology and jobology. Jobology meaning careerism. We have gone this far because of being guided by and working for the 3 historical missions and the 4 ideological principles. These are prosperity for the people of Africa, the strategic security for Africa, and Undugu, brotherhood of the Africans. And then the 4 ideological principles of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. We agree or disagree with you over these and not any other reason. We agree or disagree on principles, not anything else. If this is your campus, things are easy because they are guided by principles. That is how, for instance, we were able to work with people even when we were not fully agreed with their overall position. That is how we worked with Benaissa in 1980, Yusuf Lule between 1981 and 85 when he died, etc. Even with Obote, we could have worked together, or the DP in 1979, 1980, if they had been as deliberate as we were regarding the minimum possible programs. With us, what is the starting point is not the who, but the what. The what. In quotes, what is to be done and why, as described by Lenin in one of his writings. The interpersonal frictions we observe are not healthy. Sinagwe nchawa. Wanga sisola munyumba ya mtu, sola munyumba yange. I have no problem with anybody. The reason we fought Amin was not because Amin was killing, the killing people came later. But we were in our Uganda and our journey of Africa, unity, Pan-Africanism. Now we could see Amin could not understand. Obote was not fully agreed with us, but we were trying to push him. Especially the Rugundas were close with Obote. And we were working with them to see whether we can push him to move to some of our aims. East African Federation, for instance. Amin couldn't understand. So we said with Amin, we don't waste time. Talk. The interpersonal frictions we observe are not healthy. It should be the inter-ideological contestation that we should take care of. I again congratulate the millions of the new NRM leaders and we shall see how to support them affordably. My immediate advice to you is to be wealth creators, if you are not one already, so that you do not look at leadership as a means of living. Job, mulimo. Don't look at obukulembeze as a mulimo. Political leadership is about okwerwanako, the people electing you to fight for their interests, and not about being mupakasi. Omukozi ow'empeera, the hired shepherd that Jesus talked about in the book of John, chapter 10, verses 11 to 18. If you are not yet a wealth creator already, you should see how additional government programs such as PDM and Emyoga can help you to start becoming one. I want all of you to be wealth creators so that you don't look at leadership as a survival. This is where many of these people get lost. They look at politics as omulimu, as ompakasi, as how to survive. Then the party can see how to support some of the categories with the operational costs. If our generation had had a jobist mentality, Uganda would never have been rescued. All of us, Kategaya, Rwaheru, Mwesugo Black, Mwesuga Martin, Zindana, Birahanze, Dennis Echo, myself, etc., had well-paying government jobs. Rugunda was still a medical student. He had to run away. On account of conviction, we left those jobs to fight for the salvation of Uganda. Where would Uganda be if we had not done that? What do the younger generations learn from that? You do not have to fight with arms now. However, you should volunteer to serve your people by defending their legitimate interests against corruption, fraud, criminality, land evictions, etc. This is really your work. To see that in your area there is no corruption, people are not evicted from their land illegally, fraud, okulwana, kubiruma abantu, to defend the people. This is the role of principled political leadership. Long live the 60 years of victories and progress. Long live the efforts of Ugandan freedom fighters. Long live the qualitative leap to US dollars 500 billion economy. Kwanga tikie tuliko, twagala okubuuka. Si kusemvula, okuyita kusemvula. Okusemvula, mu Luganda mwekiri? Okusemvula mwekiri?
Mwekiri, Your Excellency, ng'otandika kusemvula.
Okushotoka. Okugenda mpola?
Your Excellency, yeah. Oba tonnakola speed, naye otandika butandisi.
Twagala kusemvula, ebyo by'okusembula tubivuddeko. Twagala kubuuka kati. All glory to God, our Creator and Sustainer. Signed, Museveni. General retired, Sabarwanyi. The NRM veterans gave me another one in Chankwanzi, Semalungu.
Can we give the President a very big clap? Your Excellency, we are so grateful. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And truly we pray that God will see you through the qualitative leap. With your permission, sir, I have been asked by the Secretary General that we have 2 short presentations here before we sing the national anthem. Can we have number 1, please? Munamasaka, very quickly. Akayimba ka Munamasaka mangu nnyo.
Akayimba kano y'ekiseeresi kategeeza abakulu bano Uganda gy'evudde ne Purezidenti wa gy'avudde. September tunakuba byafaayo esiteri okundeka yekula omuntu yoweri Museveni muhabulwa emunyenya amatobuta 15 September waleeta omulunduzi 15 kwa mwenda n'izobire by'okutangaza esiteri okundeka tuyatuzaliro yoweri Museveni muhabulwa enyindo z'amateri 15 kwa mwenda tukaleeta omusuubuzi 15 September tunakuwa byafaayo esaabazaaliga zino esiteri n'alwizibwa yayitambo zikakuta temukwano zimbiddwa nkubyamu akafaananyi oba mu lubuto yali komando saabalwanyi tosangika mu abirikuzaalo ozi mumozi yagezaako okwekaliririza kagambawo ku byafaayo bye kulikulesaba amatu kale sukulu gye yasomera etunga mu gyazaalwa n'agenda e Tanzania era asoma diguli politikisi yamwagala nnyo era kaliba keeno baatandikawo n'ekibinja olwonasa batuuliramu kugenkunamukubu nnyo namwalinamu diguli kale wamaaso ezimbye nnyo muzeeyi Museveni naffe mu mwaka gw'ensanvu n'ogumu n'addukira e Tanzania galiryaminya muli bubi mujjukiremu abantu naye agoba musajja munne mu Uganda yagomawo ku luno yajanete nga nenyerera muyambako amini yadduka bisana nga bwalimba abasajja be kino munyweze n'ompundisa kumbe ey'olwawe tadduke muzeyamuzikakuta ne esiteri okundeka bali balunzi baluwenda n'okibaaza abajjudde kakomewo musekule bazijjako oyungirira nnyo wano mu Uganda ojja tukuganda ekisanja twagala ekirala kankomewo musekule bazijjako oyungirira nnyo wano mu Uganda ojja tukuganda ekisanja twagala ekirala tulabuwa byafaayo esiteri okundeka yekula omuntu yoweri Museveni muhabulwa emunyenya amatobuta 15 September yaleeta omulunduzi 15 kwa mwenda n'izobire by'okutangaza esiteri okundeka tuyatuzalira omuntu yoweri Museveni muhabulwa enyinyo z'amateri 15 kwa mwenda tukaleeta omusuubuzi akalunzi kawulira bwetwafuna obwetwaze entalo zaali nnyingi nnyo nga buli omu ali ku lulwe Uganda neeyonooneka nnyo n'engongo n'ekyuka tekusanga omusirikale wakiyuzanga omusezi era mu mwaka gw'ekinaana kalulwako yakalimu UPM kyali kibiina
webale nnyo Munnamasaka webalire ddala waliwo group ya Kuza Cultural Troupe. Please come Kuza Cultural Troupe, if you are ready. Get on stage and you want to sing the anthems, please. Thank you. Munamasaka webale nnyo. Kuza, please. If you are not ready, we got the anthems. And after the... Okay. Kuza Cultural Troupe, thank you. Abakulembeze mwenna Purezidenti abeebazizza okuyitamu okuva ku byalo era n'abagamba ajja kuyambako gye muli mu ngeri esoboka, affordable. Lwekyo obubaka obwo Purezidenti abo bagambye n'abayozaayoza. Kuza. And Your Excellency, this is the last group, sir.
Wama Museveni gwebale mirimu wamenda simahebulaji wasabo tweyazege wama tweyazege Museveni go we male daddy. Tusaba mukama kuwangaze. Beyazege wama kaguta go we male daddy. Beyazege wala sanyuli tutafe. Beyazege wama benale mumwe male sebo. Beyazege wama benale mukundiko. Luna kuba nangerwa tendo. Mama janeti gwe bale mirimu. Mama bale sabo. Museveni we bale. Museveni we bale.
Thank you very much, Kuza. Shortly we shall have the anthems, but wait a bit. Can we have one other group? There was Martin. I don't know whether his song is ready. Martin? Acholi? Okay. The Acholi, please. Acholi group, if you are ready. But Your Excellency, we are so grateful that you chose to pick the nomination papers yourself and returning them yourself. The Acholi, please, if you are near, please come and make a presentation. The Acholi group, aha, thank you. Thank you. Can you give them the microphone? The Secretary General is joining in the dance. Thank you, Secretary General. Thank you. Thank you. May His Excellency is coming back. He has a word to you, please. Could you listen?
There was a group from West Nile.
The Kakwa.
I saw a group from West Nile. Sometimes they bring things from Congo or from South Sudan.
The Kakwa group, Your Excellency wants you on stage, please. Your Excellency, they are coming, sir. I can see Director Hajat Madina. Get on stage very fast. The Kakwa group from West Nile, the turn is yours. It's on, sir. It's on. Thank you. Thank you very much. On the day of nomination in Kololo, we shall have as many groups as possible to present, and we shall have more time than here. Can we have the answer? Mzee is having a message, please.
In my travels, I discovered a group called Kebu. You should one day bring Kebu. They are terrible dancers. Kebu, they are from I think Nebi, Zombo, Kebu. One day bring them.
Obliged, Your Excellency, we shall implement that. One song.
Yes. Londa Mzee Osirike, DJ, Martin by Martin.
Uganda, King Caesar.
You can come, the dancers. Londa Mzee Osirike, DJ. Yes.
Political stability, giving an environment for development, anti-security plus stability, you get investment, high investment will lead to high revenue,
Dr. Kulabi. Thank you. Thank you. We are now going to have the anthems, please. Can we have the anthems? We shall introduce other people later.
Thank you, Mzee. The press has been with us. Press, thank you very much.
My two sets of nominators, the two sets, should come for a photograph of one and then the other one. We shall be sitting here. They should put some chairs here. You can stand.
Members, His Excellency has requested that he takes a group photo